Welcome to What's the Deal Wednesday. I'm Stephanie Wilson, the Argyle Insider, and today I'm answering the question, what's the deal with the Argyle High School girls basketball team? They just won their 5th straight state title just a few weeks ago. So I have invited their coach, this is Chance Westmoreland, to be here with us today. This is his second year, your second win in your 2 years at Argyle, and his 4th state championship in his 8 years as a head coach. So thank you for being here.
Very happy to, very honored.
Yeah, and congrats to all y'all's success. We are so proud of you. Y'all are making Argyle very proud. So I have a question. What special was this past state title, and how does it compare to your others in terms of like the journey to get there?
Well, every state title and every playoff run is special and every season. And so, but this one was just kind of unique because, we probably weren't expected to have a chance to win it this year. And, we went to a new region and we knew it was going to be really tough. Our district was very competitive. And then we lost some really good players to graduation, and we had a key player that got injured this year. And so, we just knew it was going to be a challenge. And so just having a group of girls that really stepped up, and then, at the end of the year looking back and realizing that we beat the top 4 teams in the last 4 games, and then even Stephenville was ranked 7th or 8th when we beat them to make it to regionals, just how challenging it was, but having a group of girls that rose to every occasion and got the job done.
Yes, awesome. So what led you to become a coach, and specifically a high school girls basketball coach? Like, was that always the plan?
It wasn't. When I was salutatorian, so I went to college and I thought I wanted to be a finance major. And but my dad had been a coach, and I played at a real successful school, Lipan. And so my high school coach, he always told me, he's like, you're going to be a coach. But I didn't really think that's the career path that I would go. But after a semester of college, I realized that that's what I wanted to do. And so, I changed my major and ended up graduating in 4 years. And so that's why I decided to become a high school coach. And then, I graduated in May, and it was kind of late in the summer, and I hadn't found a job. And so my first job that I got was on the girls' side. And so that's just ever since then, I've kind of just gone that direction. And I really enjoy coaching girls' athletics. And I just think that, the ability to get to work with kids and have an opportunity to impact their lives, that's just really important to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell us a little bit about your upbringing and your athletic background in high school and beyond.
Well, in high school, I was fortunate to be able to play a lot of sports. I ran cross country, ran track, played basketball, played tennis, played golf, and just and I think that was a lot of fun. I was a small school where we were able to do that, and but my big emphasis was always just playing basketball. That's something I kind of did year round and tried to mix the other sports in between. And so, and then my dad was a coach, so we just kind of grew up in the gym, and so that's kind of what kind of drew me to sports, and kind of was probably why I am in this position today.
Right. Well, you've been around some ultra successful programs over at Brock High School and here at Argyle. What are some of the similarities between the two programs, and what do you think makes them so successful year in and year out?
Well, I think it has, both programs and both communities have good support for their athletic programs, and all around, not just athletic, but academics as well. And, I think with community support, administrative support, and just an expectation to win, and then, having kids that'll work hard and do whatever it takes, I think that's very important, and that's very common in both communities.
Okay. So what impact or influence has legendary coach Skip Townsend had on your life? I mean, do y'all still communicate regularly, or?
Well, Skip hired me 15 years ago to be his assistant coach when I was, my first year was at CVU in Wichita Falls, and I was there a year, and then he had needed an assistant coach at Brock. And so he hired me, and, during that time, I spent 7 years as his assistant, and him and Sammy were very good to me, and I learned a lot. And then, when he came to Argyle and I became the head coach at Brock, we still, talked when we saw each other, but we also kind of began to develop our own career paths. And I'll talk to him when I see him, but, it's not something we talk on a daily basis or anything. But he's been very supportive of of our team here, even after he's left, and, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so at what age or grade do you start getting involved with girl basketball players and coaches here in Argyle?
Well, I'm fortunate that I get to go to the junior high and work with the 8th graders, every day, and then, I see a lot of the 7th graders and the younger ones through camps and, clinics that we have, and, I try to go to some of the shootouts, and so, I get the opportunity to see them. My wife's a 2nd grade teacher, so I'll go down to the elementary some and see those kids. And so, I'm just fortunate. I like to be out in the community and be visible so they do know, that, about the coaches that they might get to play for in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're a young guy. What are your long-term aspirations as a coach? Do you see yourself staying in high school or going to the college level?
Well, I'm really happy, where I'm at right now. I've been coaching for 16 years and the last 8 as a head coach. I'm very happy here, but I do, I would eventually, if I went another route, it would probably be to try to coach at the college level. I think that, something that's always been intriguing, and, I think that, a lot of, I've been fortunate to coach some really good players that have played at the next level, and I just think that that would be probably the next step if I chose to do something other than coach at the high school level.
Okay. And then I want to know about your family, and are they into sports too?
My family, they're very much into sports. My wife and I have been married for 10 years. I have 4 stepdaughters, and then we have a son together. He's a third grader here at Argyle, and so and he's a sports fanatic. I mean, he plays multiple sports, and then all of my 4 stepdaughters have all played sports, but different some. I had one stepdaughter was played softball, and then another one that played volleyball and basketball, and so all of them have played sports, and that's kind of what makes our family go around. Right. A lot of our vacations are planned around sporting events, and we love that.
So after 2 years, what would you say has been your favorite thing about working in Argyle?
Well, I really enjoy the people that I work with here, from the administration, the principals, the teachers, the secretaries. I just really enjoy coming to work every day. They've been very welcoming to me and my family, and just, getting to know them and just how much they care about the kids here. And they, it's just, I really enjoy, that part of it. And I think if you have a job where you enjoy the people we work with, that makes it a lot better. And then obviously the kids, having kids in our program that care about basketball and just, are great kids too. That's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for all the young families here in Argyle with girls that have dreams of becoming a Lady Eagle one day when they get to high school, what is your personal philosophy in regards to playing year-round and playing club ball?
Well, I want kids to have a healthy balance. I think that, obviously playing a lot of sports and playing a sport for an extended time, I think it has benefits, but also want kids to be a kid. I want them to have family time, to go on vacations and be with their friends. I just think that that's very important. And, I think that, the main thing with youth sports, I think if kids can learn to play hard, be great teammates, and then be coachable, those are the 3 keys that are going to carry them on to junior high and high school and beyond.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. And as always, if you have questions about the Argyle area or local real estate, I am Stephanie Wilson with Magnolia Realty, your Argyle ISD expert. Give me a call. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. That is your What's to Do Wednesday. I'll see you next week.